So, that is how it's going to be.
That is how it must be.
Man, I love talking about animated movies. Hello and welcome to Movies at 6, and in this episode I want to talk about top 6 villains in animated movies. Number 6, Tai Lung, voiced by Ian McShane, Kung Fu Panda 1. Tai Lung perfectly mirrors Po in every aspect, and by mirror I mean totally the opposite. Ian McShane's deep and beautiful voice shines as the vengeful and arrogant Tai Lung, who wished to be the dragon warrior, but when Master Old Wei told Shifu that Tai Lung is not prepared and he is dirty a bit inside, Tai Lung lost it. So Tai Lung has a problem with Master Shifu, who he saw as a father figure more than just a grandmaster, and he feels betrayed. Plus, he definitely hates Po more than anyone else because he thinks he should be the dragon warrior. On the opposite of Tai Lung, we had Po, who is just a kind-hearted and forgiving soul who believes in himself and he finds his inner potential. Plus, he's such a cute little panda.
Stairs.
To wrap it up, Tai Lung is not only a great villain to watch, but he has so much to teach children. Plus, he's as scary as fuck.
After all, I am your biggest fan.
Number 5, Syndrome, voiced by Jason Lee, The Incredibles, 2004. Of course, the villain of my favorite cartoon ever is on this list. Syndrome was just a little boy when Mr. Incredible told him to get out of his car, and then the number 1 fan became the number 1 nemesis. He might not look it, but he has one of the most evil plans ever. He started by killing superheroes one by one, and after he was done with Mr. Incredible himself and his family, he wanted to be the sole superhero. And plus, the robots he created were literal death machines. Syndrome represented all that is bad about being hateful and vengeful, but also he is an attention whore and a coward who hides behind the mask of his lies.
What was that name again?
Hercules.
Number 4, Hades, voiced by James Woods in Hercules. In my eyes, Hades from the Hercules is the perfect balance between intimidating and fascinating.
Kill myself!
If only. If only.
Hades is the black sheep of the gods, and whenever he shows up to a room, he kills the mood, and no wonder he has such a master plan to de-godify Olympus and rebel against them. Hades is a master planner, and plus he's a great merchant and dealer who has lots of tricks up his sleeve, and when necessary, the fun mask is off and he has some of the darkest ideas that you will ever see in an animated movie. He is driven by ambition and hate towards other gods and sees humankind as a tool to reach his goal, so obviously he feels no remorse for whatever he does to any man. But you gotta hand it to him, he is one of the funniest characters ever.
Guys, get your Titanic rears in gear and kick some Olympian ass!
New era is tiptoeing nearer.
Number 3, Scar, voiced by Jeremy Irons from The Lion King. Scar must be the true definition of jealousy. First off, he kills his own brother to become king, then he sends out hyenas to take care of Simba, the next of kin to Mufasa. This scene where he throws his brother Mufasa from the cliff must be one of the most iconic scenes in cinema history and not just animation.
Long live the king.
And obviously I have to hand it to Jeremy Irons because his voice will penetrate your body and brain where you would not have believed. You know what I loved about Scar? He did what he wanted. He got what he wanted. But when he had all the power and the attention, that's where he slipped. Unlike many other villains who died trying, Scar was successful, but he lacked the qualities to be a great king. So of course, he died doing what he loved. But you cannot tell me that you did not memorize all the songs to this wonderful animated movie.
I just love the smell of fear.
Number 2, The Big Bad Wolf. Voiced by Wagner Moura, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. The whistle. I did not expect him to be this interesting and scary. Our beloved Puss in Boots used up 8 of his 9 lives, and the big bad wolf, a bounty hunter, is after him. Wolf is a no-nonsense swordsman who has his eyes on the prize at all costs. And later in the movie, when we find out the true identity of the wolf, who is Death, he thinks that Puss is undeserving of his last life, so he is there to take it himself with his own hands.
I'm Death, straight up. And I've come for you, Puss in Boots.
In one point, Puss in Boots says that he laughs in the face of the Death, and well, he takes it personal. I should also mention that the wolf's character design has got to be one of the most well-drawn and animated characters I've ever seen, which is accompanied by the perfect voiceover by Wagner Moura. His styles and weapons strikes fear to all his enemies. Having the literal Death as your villain, it's just so badass. Is it even a kids movie? And before I talk about number 1, don't forget to subscribe to Movies at 6. Number 1, Humans in Wall-E. This might be underwhelming, a bit of a stretch, a bit philosophical for your taste, but the humans in Wall-E, as cuddly and lovable they might look, they are the freaking worst. As we follow the best robot ever, we find out that humans left Earth after all the resources are over and drained, and everyone is living on another planet doing what they did the best, and what they do the best, which is just use and use. Humankind in Wall-E are so close to what we see today in 2024 while I'm recording this. Wow, this movie came out 16 years ago. Well, that will make you feel old. Anyway, the future of humanity is depicted perfectly in Wall-E. Stupid consumers who believe pizzas grow on trees. And I'm not gonna keep going more and more about this subject. You know, you got the gist. And that's it. That's my top 6 list for the best villains in animated movies. Was your favorite amongst them? Don't forget to comment that. Don't forget to like and subscribe as well. And also ask your significant other, a boy, a girl, unspecified gender, product or person. Movies at 6. Goodbye.